Hello, welcome back to my channel. And we are going to continue the Photoshop series. Yesterday, one of my followers requested that I do a food flyer design. So today, we are going to design this simple food flyer that you see on our screen. And after we are done, we should have something like this. So follow me, like, share, and subscribe for more. If you have any problem or any question, just leave a comment and I'll address it for you. So let's get right into it. So the first thing that we are going to do is to add a solid background color to our workspace. So with that, we've learned that already in our previous videos. So you select this icon here, then you choose a solid color. So we want a green background. So you adjust the slider to the green and we are going to choose something like this. Okay, I believe this is okay. Hit OK. And the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a layer above the background that we've created. So to do that, head over to this plus icon here, this little icon, layers icon. Then you click on that and you're going to see that a new layer will be created. So after you've done that, you are going to choose the brush tool, then we're going to adjust the size. Make sure that the hardness is 0 and the size around 4000 is okay. And make sure that your foreground color here is white. If it is not white, press X on your keyboard to switch from black to white. Then you move to the center of our workspace and we click yes. So we are going to have something like this. But this is not looking too good. So what we can do is to change the mode. So you come to this mode here. By default is on normal. So you are going to select this and you are going to choose something like soft light or overlay. Either of them is okay. So I'm going to choose a soft light. And as you can see, we have a bit of fade or a tint in the middle of our workspace. Now we are going to add some images that I have downloaded to the background. So I'm going to bring them. First of all, we are going to add this image. You adjust this to cover the whole workspace. Then also you are going to change the mode of this image. So you head over to the normal. Then you are going to choose something like soft light. Okay, it's not looking too good. So come to the opacity and reduce the opacity to about 37. I think this is okay. Now let's quickly add another image. So we're going to add this image that I downloaded from freepik.com. So you move it to the top, you stretch it. Yes, something like this. And with this one too, we are going to change the mode to soft light or overlay. So I believe something like this is soft light is okay. Let's reduce the opacity a bit. Okay, I think 4950 is okay. So now we want to get rid of these edges over here. So what we'll do is we'll click on this image, then we are going to add a layer mask. So you add a layer mask, then you are going to choose the brush tool again. This time we are going to reduce the size a bit. Then we are going to brush off the edge of the image. No, this is too small. It's not. So something like this. Yes. So now we have something like this and this is looking good. So now we can start with our design. And before we do that, one of the best practices in Photoshop is that whenever you've added so many things, you have to group them or organize them so that you'll be able to identify them. So to do that, I'm going to click on the first one. I'll hold shift. I'll drag to the last one. That is the color fill. And I'm going to press Ctrl plus G. So now I've grouped everything. So I'm going to rename that to background. So this is our background. So now let's add our logo. So I downloaded this logo also from Freepik. So I'm going to move this logo to our workspace and I'm going to place it at the top left. Let me resize it a bit. Yes, so we have something like this. Next, we are going to add our text. So you choose the type 2 and we are going to type something like delicious and tasty. Yes, I think something like this is okay. So now let's resize it. Let's resize it to something like this. Okay. So now one thing I want to show you is that we are going to skew this text. So to do that, after you've selected the text, Control plus T to select, you right click on the selected text, then you come to skew. So you hit skew, then you move to the edge, then you drag it upward a bit. So yes, so you have something like this. Okay, I believe this is okay. So now we are going to add one more image, a shape. We're going to add this shape. We drag it to the top, the first one. Then we are going to duplicate it. Control plus G to duplicate. You bring it here. Then you are going to select it by pressing Control plus T. You right click. Then let's say rotate. Yes, rotate 180 degrees to rotate the shape. So we have something like this. Tasty and delicious. So now we are going to add a rectangle shape over here. So we're going to add a rectangle shape. We are going to select a color, a fill color. Okay, I believe this is okay. Now you head over to the edges, the border radius, and we are going to adjust the top left and the bottom, sorry, the top right and the bottom right. So something like this, 136. Yes. So now you are going to remove the stroke. We don't want any stroke. So we are going to add our text, another text, and the text will be, let's say, dishes. Okay. So you're going to move these dishes here and resize it to fit. Yes. So we have something like this. Okay, the next thing we are going to draw a triangle. So I'll hold shift to draw my triangle so that I get a perfect triangle. I'm going to choose the color fill for my rectangle. I'm going to choose white. Then I'm going to, again, I'll select my triangle, Control plus T to select. I'll right click and I'm going to rotate 90 degrees clockwise to have something like this. So I'll drag it over here. Control plus J to duplicate about 4 times. So the first one, I'll drag again the second one, and I'll align them perfectly. The last one. So we have something like this. I'll come over to this dishes because of I don't want to spend much time here, so I'm not going to change font. I'm going to use this font throughout. So with this one, you're going to write the name, maybe Banku. There's a local Ghanaian dish. So let me position it closer. I'm going to press Ctrl plus J to duplicate. Drag. The reason why I duplicate a lot is that I don't want the video to be too long. That is why I duplicate, so that I can edit it very quickly. So this one will be, let's say, I'm busy. Quickly we move to the next one. We have rice and stew. Then we have, let's say, fried rice. Okay. And we have, let's say, wache. Yes. So now let's move on to our food circle. So we are going to draw a circle. So to do that, you choose our ellipse tool. We draw our circle. Hold shift to draw a circle. So we're going to bring the circle somewhere here. Okay. So after you've drawn the circle, you right click on the circle and you rasterize the layer. After that, you select your brush tool. Then make sure that the size is about 30. This time around, we want the size about 30, or let's say 25. And make sure the hardness is at 100%. You don't want zero hardness, you want 100%. Okay, this is okay. So now you go to this symmetric tool. This butterfly icon here is called a symmetric tool. So you hit on that, then you come down and select mandala. So you select mandala, and you are going to choose the number of divisions. So let's say you want about 6. So you want 6. So this is our symmetry. So we move it to the center. Center of the, yes, something like this. Okay. Then we are going to create another layer. Let me drag this one to the top first. Okay. So we are going to create a layer. So create a layer. Then you come to this, the one of the edges of the symmetric, and you hit on that, and you see that all the other edges are highlighted. But after you've done that, you hold shift, you come to the center of this circle, then you hit on that, and now we have the division. Okay, so after you've done that, you right click on the layer, then you choose select pixels. So after you've done that, you have to delete this layer. So you drag it to the delete icon here, and it is deleted. Now what we do is that we can come to the symmetric tool and switch it off. Now before we do that, let's delete. Yes, we've deleted the spaces. So you have to turn the symmetric off. Then you come to this select and you choose all. Then you press Ctrl plus D to deselect. So now we have this division. You've been able to divide this circle. So now let's move to the most important part. The most important part is that we want each of the circle to have is to be independent. Now they are all merged together. So you cannot place an image in each individual item. So what we have to do is that we have to break it into independent parts. So to do that, it's very simple. You have to choose this polygonal lasso tool, and we are going to draw. Just bring the first point to the center, then you stretch it out. You hit. So we are using this to cut the first part. Okay, so now you see that this is selected. You press Ctrl plus X to cut, and you press Control Shift Control V to repaste it. And now, as you can see here, this layer has become independent. So now we are going to quickly do that for all of them. So now the second one, so I'm going to do that very quickly. No, this didn't work. Let me do it again. Mm, okay, Control S, Shift Control V to repaste. So if you want your spaces to be bigger, what you have to do is you have to increase the size of your brush. That way, the spaces in between the circle will be much bigger. Control plus X. Sorry, you have to select the eclipse to Control plus X, Control Shift V. Now we are moving to the next one. Oh, sorry. Where is the eclipse to? So I believe we are done now. So I'm going to group all of them so that we can be able to add our pictures very quickly. Control plus G to group them. And we are going to add our pictures. So I'm going to select the first layer, go to my images, add this gobe. I'm going to hit right click, and we are going to select create clipping mask. Control plus T, and you are going to resize it. So you have something like this. So our gobe is ready. You select the second layer, then you drag your second picture to it. Right click, create clipping mask. So let's resize it to fit. So I'm going to do that for all of them. So the process to do this is that you have to first click on the shape. So let's say now we are layer 6. So you hit on layer 6 before you drag your picture from your file explorer. And you see the image will appear right above the layer. So you right click and you create clipping mask. Resize it to fit it as you want. Now let's do that for the last one. So you're going to select the last one. That is which of them is left? Okay, let me use this. Okay, so we have something beautiful like this. Quickly, let's create our final circle. I want it to be on top of the shift plus. You drag, then you have something like this. So we're going to drag this one to the middle of the shape. You want it to be like this. Then for this one, I want to add this, and I'll create a clipping marks as we've done for the others. Very delicious food. Yes, so we have something like this. Okay, so what I'll do is that with this shape, I want to add a bit of stroke so that it will be visible. I'll add a white stroke, sorry, a white stroke. Then I'm going to increase the size of the stroke so that we have, yes, something like this. It's looking nice. Now the last thing that we have to do, I'm going to duplicate this shape, bring it down here, and I'm going to edit the shape. Come down to the bottom left. No, let me adjust the bottom right. Yes, and I'm going to stretch it a bit, place it at this position, and I'm going to bring this text here. I'm going to edit the text to say order now. Yes, we are done. So this is how we've been able to create this simple food flyer, and I believe this looks very nice. So you can try it out. If you didn't get anything, leave a comment below and I'll address it for you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.